Clayton CANVAS is a preventative program looking at gambling-related harm that is delivered by Monash City Council and has been funded by Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation. Clayton CANVAS had a list of specific objectives and target groups that we worked with. We looked at senior citizens who felt socially isolated. We worked with new migrants and international students, especially through Monash University. We also looked at local sporting clubs, particularly males who we felt were being impacted by the increased rate of advertising of gambling.
There's been a normalisation and complacency of gambling in our community. It's accepted as the norm.
So through Clayton CANVAS, we want to prevent the normalisation of gambling culture, and we do this through running a lot of different preventative awareness programs and workshops. We ran events looking at not just gambling programs, but promoting different venues in council and different activities that groups could be drawn towards.
Local government is the level of government that's obviously closest to communities and the people who live in those communities. And they are a level of government that has no vested interest in seeing the gambling industry maintained. And they're also the level of government that most directly sees and experiences the harm that is caused by gambling.
Trying to do things like prevent more gambling machines in our city and work with the state government on preventing the number of electronic gaming machines that we have here. I think gambling is a public health issue. It's a massive issue in our community, just like things like family violence or mental health.
One of the benefits of working in local government on this issue is that we have the reach to work with a lot of different divisions. So whether it be sport and recreation, who have already got existing relationships with clubs, or maternal child health and children's services, that link to parents, we can tackle issues that we know are increasingly becoming problems around sports betting and advertising of gambling online and through social media.
Councils support sporting clubs and sporting fields and grounds. They invest a lot of money in that area, and they can, by extension of the sort of subsidy that they're giving to sporting grounds, have some influence over those sporting clubs that might use the grounds with regards to whether they promote cultures of gambling or in fact protect their participants from cultures that are promoting gambling.
So the Community Champion program through Clayton CANVAS was to look at bringing in people who had a different exposure and background to gambling harm. So whether they had been exposed directly, or they had family members, or they were just concerned about how gambling harm is affecting their community, they became a part of this program, and through that they were able to learn new skills and then bring a different scope to the program and how we dealt with it. So they took their new knowledge away and were able to implement different programs that worked with new migrants around how gambling was affecting employment, and then other issues around mental health and financial stress.
It's really to be part of this program to help them to get away from that and to be distracted in a really good way. Yeah, and also being involved in networking and building relationships with influential people, community leaders and reputable employers.
I find a lot of Chinese international students who play in the poker machine. I'm so surprised and shocked. They don't know how it's functions actually.
One of the main objectives of CANVAS was to take people out of the normal settings that may be affected by the gambling culture.
In the old days you could join a club, go bowls, go pictures. Now all the pubs have gotten rid of live music and now they're full of poker machines.
Local government is responsible for developing often a gambling policy and also for responding to licensing and planning applications for more poker machines.
Well, CANVAS has had a lot of influence on the extended local government having a policy towards gambling. So we supported the construction of the approach to gambling policy within City of Monash, and that regiments different things that local government can do in terms of funding groups that would normally meet at venues with poker machines, or down to things around how our social groups would be able to meet and what venues they could meet at. So our policy statement clearly suggests that council will oppose any new licences or applications to increase electronic gaming machines in the community. We also have a stance to keep our cap for how many electronic gaming machines are in the community. We know that in Clayton has double the Victorian average of electronic gaming machines per 1,000 adults. So it's very important for us to control what is happening in our community around gambling. We're very proud that the Clayton CANVAS community is able to deliver a range of programs that has increased the profile of gambling harm awareness in the local community. And we're very proud of how the community have embraced the program, especially through the community champions.
We're very excited to lead local government in Victoria in this space. We've put in a lot of work and a lot of hours into developing the CANVAS project, and we have a unique opportunity to get other municipalities involved in this and show them the way in terms of how they can tackle problem gambling in their communities.